Welcome back to episode 9
Is it none?
of
I think
the
it
Talking
is,
Picture
yeah.
podcast. Yeah, it is 9. Have some good things today. We have the season finale of Daredevil. We got next episode of The Boys and HOKUM.
And you'll talk about Euphoria. I might briefly talk about Devil Wears Prada too,
Yeah, I
as
was gonna
well,
say
but I
that.
won't go into spoilers because
Yeah,
you haven't
because
seen
I
it
haven't
yet.
seen it. I'm seeing it soon.
But yeah. So we got a
Yeah.
lot planned. So let's just get
Yeah.
straight into it. I
Yeah,
reckon.
we'll go straight into it.
I'm Jack. This is Sankit. We'll put up a letter box on the screen now.
Yeah.
And yeah, let's get straight into it.
Alright, so we'll start with HOKUM, which we just
Yeah.
watched. The new Adam Scott horror movie. Yeah, thoughts?
Pretty solid. I haven't really thought rating wise yet, but I'm thinking a 3.5 to 4. Actually, I'm thinking more 3.5, but
Yeah,
very solid.
I'm thinking 3.5-ish.
This is out of 5, by the way, not out of 10.
Yeah, 3.5 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's without spoilers. It's a pretty interesting idea, and does a pretty good job at building like a pretty interesting mystery. I would say it's definitely interesting. You'll be engaged for most of it. There's some really good moments throughout, like horror wise. Some pretty great jump scares in there.
And for once, I actually wasn't like hiding behind my hoodie. I was actually being a big boy. I did not do it once. Don't even lie.
Sure.
Yeah, Adam Scott's great in it.
Great in it. I think everyone's pretty great in it.
Also, one thing, it's really nice to have a smart horror movie protagonist.
Yeah, you actually see Adam Scott's character. What was his name?
I think it's or something like that.
He actually like uses his brain a little bit to try to get out of some of these situations.
In stressful scenarios as well, where you wouldn't like the normal person probably wouldn't think of stuff like that.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into when we get into spoilers, but yeah, I think that is partially because his character is an author, so he's very like creative with stuff, which would make sense. But yeah.
Yeah, so
interesting plot.
Yeah, interesting plot. There's some really good horror elements there, like some really strong stuff. Horror wise, yeah, good performances, very well shot.
Yeah.
Which obviously, as soon as you say a movie has good horror elements, that means it's well shot because
and the sound.
It's like the most important stuff. Yeah, there's some solid sound in there too. And yeah, that's all we can say without spoilers, really. Yeah, so we're both landing on around like a 3.5, like 7 out of 10.
Very solid. Definitely recommend watching it.
And we'll head straight into spoilers. So, spoiler thoughts. I think the premise is definitely carrying the movie for me for the most part. I think it's just I found this premise very interesting. The whole thing of like this like haunted kind of like part of this hotel and like everything going on. With like the whole I felt like it was interesting because I felt like it kind of took like a not supernatural idea where it's just kind of like a killing type of like mystery, like missing person thing, and they added like a whole supernatural element to it. And I think that is very interesting. The whole thing about like Fiona being missing and all that, I think is very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I was a big fan. There was a lot of different like themes shown in this movie. There's a lot about grief. There's a lot about like alcoholism, fear itself, belief in the supernatural.
Yeah, and there's also stuff about like wanting to like live and like the drive to like survive. Yeah,
suicide stuff.
Yeah,
there was one I'm not gonna say funny. But there was one moment where I turned to Sankit and I was like, can you imagine they pulled a barbarian and just had the protagonist die halfway through, and then the next shot was literally
him hanging himself.
And it was like, oh fuck. But he did survive that. He didn't die, but it was just funny timing.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of really great, like, kind of shocking moments throughout this. That being one of them. It's kind of just, you don't expect it. Like,
yeah, you can tell he's a bit, like, depressed, like, because he's constantly drinking alcohol.
Yeah, but you're not seeing that. Like, the light turns on, you're just seeing the body hanging there. And it's a great shot, too. Yeah, there's a lot of really great, like, jump scares throughout, which is largely because it's a very well shot movie and it takes time to, like, really build up
the suspense. Yeah. Which it definitely does a good job at.
Yeah.
The ending is pretty interesting.
Yeah, so throughout this we see kind of after he's tries to like kind of take his life, and Fiona, one of the workers, staff at the hotel, kind of intervenes and like saves him. And after that she goes missing and he kind of feels this kind of need to help find her, really. and in doing so ends up in the honeymoon suite of the
I
hotel,
don't know the hotel's name, but yeah.
which is like kind of like a forbidden area, which supposedly is like haunted. And the owner says that there's like a demon basically trapped in there. And that's why no one is allowed to go in there. The doors aren't to be open, anything like that, just to keep whatever's in there in there. And it kind of becomes this idea that like, oh, what if she's in the honeymoon suite? And so eventually, after a series of events, our protagonist ends up in that suite, finds the body of Fiona, which is the name of the staff member, and she is dead and she is in there. And then a bunch of kind of things kind of keep leading, like one thing leads to another. One of the other like staff members had killed Fiona because of it was an affair,
It was an
right?
affair,
Yeah,
and
there was
she
an
was
affair.
pregnant.
So
And
so that's what I mean about kind of it feels like a normal kind of mystery, like missing person movie, and then there's the whole supernatural element about the haunted room.
which is brought up pretty well with like the ending,
Yeah,
where basically what's it called? Like after the protagonist like survives all the supernatural stuff, which is pretty interesting. I mean, they don't really go into too much detail about it,
yeah,
but after like the whole thing happens, one of the other workers from the hotel visits him in the hospital, and like it basically admits to spiking his drugs with mushrooms, or his drink with
drinks and
mushrooms.
yeah,
So it sort of gives you the like question, like it's a bit of an open-ended ending where they sort of make you question whether or not it was all real, or just like
yeah,
if he was just like tripping.
yeah. So
Because earlier on in sorry,
yeah, no, go. That's what I
because
was about to
earlier
say.
on
Yeah.
in the movie, one of the other like main characters basically says that he's like seen a bunch of ghosts and that when he's like on mushrooms.
He says that it's easier to believe like that you'll only see things when your mind is like
It's
truly
closed.
open to it.
Open. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why like when taking the shrooms, he sees a bunch of stuff, and then yeah, so we find out that has been like spiked. So it kind of yeah, what you said, it's like this open ended thing of like, was he really seeing like was what he's seeing like real, or is it just like on his head? And the movie's kind of careful of not like nothing happens to or like to the environment or anything like that. So it's kind of like that question is valid because it's not like he gets hurt and it's like, oh, if it's not real, how do you get hurt? Like that doesn't happen. So nothing physical happens, which I feel like they're kind of careful
Until
of
the
doing.
end.
Yeah,
The
exactly,
chains
which is
on
what I'm
his
about to get to.
fingers.
So yeah, at the end, at one point, has his like hands kind of chained, and then at the end of the movie, when he looks down at his hands after like hearing about the drink being spiked, you can clearly see the bruising there. So it kind of leaves like this open-ended thing of like, what's really going on here? Was it real or was it not? But I feel like they're obviously hinting towards the fact that it was real
Yeah.
because there are bruises there. I was saying to Jack when the movie ended, I think a really smart idea would have been to kind of injure his hands in a non-supernatural way too. So when you see those bruises, you have no idea whether it was from the chains or the kind of just not supernatural
Yeah.
events at all. And the fact that they don't do that, it's like supposed to be open-ended, but it's not really
Yeah, it
because
doesn't really
his
do the
his
greatest
hands
job.
are hurt, like bruised. So I mean, it had to have been real to some extent.
And yeah, I was to follow on with that. A good way they could have done that would have been like, because towards the end of the movie, the hotel's burning down. So a good way they could have done that is just to have like a bit of like wood or something from the roof just fall onto his like
Yeah,
wrists
there were
where the
plenty of
chains were.
ways to like try to do that.
Yeah.
I think that would have really, really like brought this up for me even more because then
Because then you
I
would
think
really be questioning whether
yeah.
it was real or not.
Because I was saying to Jack when we left, the thing I find really good about this is it's very unique to kind of have a horror movie, like a supernatural horror movie, and the twist is kind of like, is it even supernatural? It could have just been like a normal missing person thing. And I think that's a really creative idea, but I think you kind of are fucking it up when you're not like you're making very clear evidence of like it being real. Like I feel like it should be like you shouldn't be like sure. Whereas in this case you kind of like yeah, it's open ended, but like you're sure. I mean at least I'm sure it was real. I
I'm
mean
pretty
how else
sure,
would you
yeah.
have the bruises? So
They
yeah.
definitely like you said indicate that it was real.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah, overall good watch. Is there anything else
yeah.
you want to add?
I just wanted to give some of like the examples of when the characters, like the protagonist, is like a genius.
Yeah, okay.
There's one time, this one stuck out for me. he was like ringing like the bell so that like someone in the lobby
Yes,
would,
this is a really old hotel, so they have like
Yeah.
the I forgot what they're called, like the little like system where you like pull a wire and it rings a bell
yeah,
at the bottom. It's a
like
very old fashioned
it's
hotel.
basically just like what you would call if you wanted room service or something.
Yeah, yeah. That's
And
right.
he's trying to like alert the person that's in the lobby that he's trapped in there, and then the wire breaks, and we see him panic for a minute, and then he like does something really smart. I honestly wouldn't have even thought of, and he like kicks the wall in
To get to the
underneath
wire.
the wire and
Yeah.
just pulls the bit that hadn't ripped off.
Yeah, and
which is really
there's other
smart.
moments where like he needs to unscrew something and he sees these screws and he goes and gets like a knife and tries to pry it and it works. Like there are things that where like you just don't see like other like characters really like thinking. Like it's just like, oh, I guess that's it. But like you actually see him try other things. Which
Yeah,
what you said
exactly.
before fits in with the fact that he's an author, like the creativity
He
part.
would definitely have
thinking
more
outside
of
the
like an
box.
attention to detail and like thinking outside the box.
Mhm.
Definitely does, because I always prefer a horror movie where the protagonist is actually smart
Mhm.
and like does smart things in tense
Yeah.
situations.
Which for the most part he does. There are some interesting decisions he makes.
If he was really smart, he wouldn't have gone into the haunted room at all.
No, I
But,
mean, I think I don't really have an issue. I think for me, the only thing I hate is I think you said this to me too. We both spoke about it while the movie was going on, but there's a window in that room, and it's not a window big enough to like get through or anything. But
you
at
could
one
break
point in
it.
the movie, he's yelling, trying to yell at someone outside the hotel, and if he had just broken the window, it would have been
especially
fine.
since it's a hotel room as well. I'm sure there would have been something long enough, because it's like he can only see through like a small gap of it. Like there's a bit of like metal blocking it. But if he just looked around the hotel room, I'm sure he
You
could have
get
found.
anything. You
He
could
could
break
have
that
found.
with anything.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he could have found anything and just broken it and then thrown it.
If you had like the knife from before, you could break that, but
yeah,
it's
exactly.
just a window. But yeah, I think that's all.
Yeah,
For
pretty much.
yeah. So overall, good watch.
Mm.
Yeah, some really solid stuff there.
Yeah, very good.
And yeah, we'll just move on. I
Yeah,
guess.
we'll move on.
All right. So moving on, the Daredevil Born Again season 2 finale.
Honestly, sad to see it go. Like,
yeah.
It's the same as Invincible. I'm gonna miss it next week.
Yeah, fair enough.
I think that's the worst time is when when the week after like the day the show's meant to come out.
I mean,
and
we
it
have stuff
doesn't.
next week with this,
But
with the
yeah,
Punisher
but I
special next
mean,
week.
That's true, but like it's not going to be Daredevil.
I feel like I'll be more upset next week. But yeah. All right. So non-spoilery. We've
Solid.
both kind of, me more than you, I think, have complained about how messy the last like back half of the season has been.
Yeah.
This is a lot kind of better. It's
does
still a
a
little
decent,
messy,
It does
but
a decent job of tying everything together.
Mhm.
It could be better, but it would have been
Pretty
better
good.
if they didn't spend the last 3-ish episodes just being.
There's some pretty
progressing.
shocking moments here. There's some good moments with Matt, which I love to see finally. There are some there's some great fights here too. Pretty solid action towards the end. So you kind of get the best of like both, honestly, like the normal stuff and then also by normal I mean law stuff, and then the Daredevil stuff. Crazy reveals and twists, which we'll get into in the spoilers.
Yeah. What would you rate the finale out of 10?
Probably like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd agree
say.
with that. I would say it's very solid. It does a good job at tying most stuff up and setting up some stuff for the next season.
Yeah, so there's good action, good normal stuff. As a conclusion to this and the whole like Naya Fisk kind of storyline, all that. Okay. As a conclusion to the Mayor Fisk storyline, I think it does a pretty good job.
He might be in the background, but if you can see
my
him,
dog
that's
is
Sankit's dog Bruno.
Yeah, he's really, I don't know what's wrong right now. Yeah, it's a pretty good conclusion to the Fisk storyline. They do a good job at kind of wrapping it up and also kind of like, without spoiling it, hinting towards like where it's gonna go a little.
Who knows where it's gonna go? Honestly, I don't know where they.
I'm not talking about Fisk. I mean, like in general,
okay.
where
I
the
thought
next
you were
season
talking
will
about
go.
Fisk.
With the Fisk stuff, it's kind of weird. Like, yeah, there's no indication of where that's gonna go. But yeah, as a finale, it's good. There's not much else we can really say without spoiling it. So going straight into spoilers now.
Yeah, this is your warning.
Yeah, the main major thing here is the non-Daredevil stuff. It's actually the Matt Murdock stuff.
We get some really good scenes with Matt in court.
We see Matt back in court, and this time we get to see him going against Fisk for the first time in a courtroom. Right? Is this the first time? No, it happened in season. No, this is the first time.
He was in prison.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So this is the first time we get to see Matt beat Fisk in a courtroom, and he does it by admitting to the fact that he's Daredevil. He basically pulls an I am Iron Man thing and straight up says the words I am Daredevil.
Yeah, and then when people don't believe him because he's blind, he just throws his like walking stick like
And
off the walls and it ricochets back to him.
Yeah. It's sick.
And then can we talk about Officer Powell's reaction to that? That was so
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, it was.
He literally just like he starts laughing because he obviously got his ass beat by Matt in season 1.
So now he's like, oh, this is why.
and then he's like, yeah, that makes sense. I'm really surprised he didn't put that together before
I'm
now.
not. I mean, there's a difference between like, oh, you're a good fighter and yeah, you're Daredevil. Like,
that's true.
I don't think, yeah.
No one would have. To be fair, no one would expect a
guessing that.
blind person to be Daredevil.
So yeah, we get to see him. Basically, his argument is Fisk is doing this all to get revenge on vigilantes, mainly Daredevil. And then they're also talking a lot about the premiere episode of the season on the Northern Star, and they need a witness to talk about it. And Matt was there, but obviously Daredevil was there, so he has to he confesses to being Daredevil to kind of get that point across, and it works.
And it works. He ends up basically just rage baits Fisk, by keeps pressuring him.
Fisk
until
confesses.
Fisk eventually confesses to what he did, in a state of anger, and then we get a really bad moment from Bullseye after this.
Yeah, so
which we both literally rolled out.
After this, it's kind of leading to the fact that Fisk is going to be arrested. And like his mayor stuff is over. You can see that it's done now. So it's kind of just he's trying to minimize the kind of impact of everything going on. And yeah, what you were talking about, if you want to say it, you can say it.
So basically Fisk had set up a bunch of the anti-vigilante task force to kill Matt when he leaves the courtroom.
Yeah.
And basically Bullseye kills them all, and they were gonna frame Bullseye for killing Matt.
And so there's another fake Bullseye, and basically the real Bullseye gets rid of him and then takes his spot. And instead of aiming for Matt, he's trying to aim for Fisk because he still wants to eliminate Fisk. And now for the second time this season, he fires and misses, basically. Buck takes a bullet.
Yeah, basically the way it happens as well is horrible. So basically I think it was Buck or Powell. One of the two radios into him, saying Matt's leaving, get ready to kill him, and he's like, this isn't the real Bullseye.
Oh, this is the real Bullseye.
This is the real Bullseye, basically warning them
that he's gonna kill and then Buck jumps in the way.
And then we don't find out what happens to Buck.
Yeah, I was about to ask you that. Yeah,
Buck gets shot
in the stomach.
And then we don't find out what happens to him. I would assume he just went to hospital, but
I think he would be fine if they didn't show it, because I feel like if they showed it, then it would be more of So after that, the entire courtroom gets locked down, and hundreds of people kind of come into support of Daredevil and Matt, and they storm the courthouse. Fisk goes crazy and just starts killing them, straight up killing people.
Dozens of people.
Yeah, a lot of people, and then eventually Matt stops him and then cuts this deal where Fisk will leave New York basically, and in exchange won't be prosecuted.
Yeah, which is insane.
Which is kind of insane. I don't really understand how that works. He killed at least 5 to 6 people are dead in that scene. Probably
in
more.
Footage as well.
Yeah, and it's all recorded. It's all on camera. It's in a courthouse. So.
Yeah, and all the people running in were they go out of their way to show the different people recording it as well.
Yeah, they do. So I know, we'll see. But yeah, so it ends with that. Fisk is done, and then obviously Matt has his identity revealed now.
Yeah,
so
he gets arrested.
He gets arrested by the police, and the season ends with him in prison.
But it would have been so much better not to have known that,
but
if Luke
unfortunately
Cage's
we already knew
actor
that.
didn't post that photo.
Yeah, Mike Coulter posted about a month.
I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, about close to a month ago. Photos of them filming Born Again Season 3 with the whole Defenders cast, and Charlie Cox is in a prison jumpsuit. So we already knew this ages ago.
Which is so insane.
This sucks. But the game has spoiled. But yeah.
And then we also Sankit was pretty happy when this happened, when you get to see Luke Cage return.
Yeah, I was expecting to see this at some point. I was expecting to see this at the end because I mean, if that's that's Luke's kid too. I mean, why wouldn't he be here? And I understand him being away, but he was always going to come back. So I was very sure.
The way he came back was good as well, with Bullseye basically replacing him.
Yeah,
with Mr. Charles.
So Bullseye. So we find out Luke's working for Mr. Charles, Luke gets let go and Bullseye takes his place, which in my opinion sets up a very interesting solo project for Bullseye if they want to, because we're obviously know that Charles is working for Valentina and stuff too. To me, that seems like a great opportunity for a special or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know, for some reason they are very like
Hesitant.
They've only done this will be the second one, which to me is crazy because I understand you don't want to commit to a full season, but a 1 hour special, come on, just get it done.
What was the other one? Werewolf by Night.
Yeah, was the first, and then this is the second, which to me is kind of surprising. I thought they would have taken the opportunity to do a lot by now, but they haven't.
Especially with all of the different characters in the MCU that they could do it.
I think would be. I heard people saying it before, and I didn't think he needs a special. I still don't.
I think
but
it would
like
be
now,
fun
I think
to
there's
see.
actually something to do with it if they wanted to.
It would be fun to see, 100%.
And yeah, so we see Luke coming back. I do hope that they're not just going to abandon the end of his show, because at the end of his show, he kind of is like the top of like the criminal kind of part of New York. So I'm kind of hoping they don't just abandon that next season and just he's like a good guy now. I understand time has passed, but like it seems annoying to kind of build up to that, and then it finally reaches that at the end of season 2, and then we're just abandoning it. I still am not very happy with the decision for. I still think making season 3 of Born Again is kind of a bad idea. I am very like, in my opinion, like I really, really think they should be making a Defender season right now. I hate the idea of making a solo season and then just including the rest of the Defenders. Like it seems like such a like stupid idea.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like what they did with. I think what they did with Jessica here was also kind of stupid, because it's like it's nice seeing her, but like we didn't really see her.
Yeah, she was only in
barely here, and her impact is so minimal here.
Yeah.
It's like barely more than a cameo, barely.
At least Punisher actually was impactful. He saved Matt multiple times.
And like here, I would expect, like if you're saying you're bringing Jessica Jones in, I would expect, like there's a reason for her to be here.
There wasn't.
And the reason would be like they need to find something out, and that is never the case. Like kind of, but like barely the case. Where like she's there to investigate everything. Like the Jessica Jones stuff is. Jack hasn't seen the show, so I'm just gonna say this. There isn't like an insane amount of action in that show. Like there isn't. It's not an action show at all. It's like a mystery like thing. She is purely an investigator in that show. There are a good amount of fights and stuff, but like she doesn't even know how to fight. Like she's an investigator, you know. And there's none of that. So I'm hoping that we kind of get to see that more. But yeah, that's one thing about her show that was very unique. Unlike all the other ones, is that it was kind of like its own genre of like TV-ish kind of.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we'll see. They are doing a good job at setting up for like when it comes to setting up a third season. I think they've done a great job here. Fisk is obviously in exile, whatever. We see him in a different place now. He's gone. So I don't know what we're doing with him. I kind of hope we leave that a little bit now.
We need more. We need different villains.
Fisk but as far as yes, I get.
Fisk has been too repetitive.
Yeah,
now
4 out of 5 seasons.
Yeah,
it's been Fisk. But yeah, now...
But even in season 2 as well, he was like
still has a big role.
Yeah, he was still played a role in it.
Exactly. And we've seen him in Echo, in Hawkeye. Like, I mean, it just gets to a point, bro.
Exactly.
But yeah, as far as it goes setting it up, we have some very interesting stuff. Matt's in prison. The Defenders are returning, we already know. And we're starting to see Luke now. There's only one we haven't seen yet. And then, I was about to say that. Lady Muse.
Yeah, we see Heather basically put on the mask, which obviously means she's going to...
And this very creepy smile just to really send that message home.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You can tell something's going on, whether it's like... I hope they go supernatural with it, but...
I don't know how they would.
Time will tell, but like...
I don't think they will, but... We'll see.
I just don't think, because like obviously Muse is like, what's she gonna do? She has no like fighting experience. She has no strength.
I can't lie, I don't love the way we're doing the Heather thing, and not because of that. I just don't think, for me, clearly, I've seen like the clear reasoning that she's like. I see the start point of like she's been traumatized by this event, and I see the end point of like her being Muse or whatever, taking on like that mantle.
We don't really see
the middle part. I think is really not done great. Like I just don't see like the normal progression mentally that she's gotten. Like I understand you're traumatized. She's seeing the visions, all that. I'm fine with all that, but I just don't understand how we've gone to the conclusion of like I'm gonna do the same thing. Like where has that come from? I have no idea. Especially because she hates vigilantes. Like, not only is she like, oh, now I'm going to be a vigilante or whatever it is, but now it's like, the thing that hurt me and ruined my life, let me do it to other people. Like, if you're going to do that, I think it needs to be done really carefully, and I think they barely do it.
I hope they expand on it a bit in the next season, because there's not really much going on. But yeah, we don't really know where this is going to go.
Yeah,
in
I'm
season
gonna
3.
read the comic maybe tonight that season 3 is kind of being heavily adapted from. I can't remember what it's called. It's like the devil and something something.
I don't know.
The prison storyline. So I'm gonna read that because I'm interested to see where that goes. But yeah, I think there's an interesting direction we're gonna go in. I'm gonna say it again. I wish we are getting a Defender season here. Really, this is the perfect opportunity and time for it. But instead, we're just like, because the thing here, we've had Matt, and we kind of tried to like pry Jessica in there, and she was kind of not really there a lot. Imagine doing that with another 3 characters. You have Jessica, Luke, and Danny. Either they do it like they're not even in the show, or it feels like a Defender season anyway. So like,
why not just?
It's
make it
just a
Defender
lose-lose.
season? Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see. Is there anything else on that?
No, I think that's pretty much
That's
everything.
pretty much it. Yeah, overall pretty satisfying conclusion. Luckily.
Looking forward to where it goes, and very excited for next week's Punisher special.
Yes.
Now we both thought that it was going to be him going after the vigilante task force,
But they
they're
can't do
in
that
prison.
anymore. Yeah, they're in prison.
Who knows what it's going to be about?
I think it's more interesting for us to find out when it's set. I'm assuming it is set after Mayor Fisk is gone.
You would think it's between Daredevil and Spider-Man.
Yeah, so I'm assuming it is, but I guess we'll see, because maybe he is going after them and
maybe,
they're not all caught yet.
Yeah.
Or maybe there's some that got away, like something like that. We'll have to see.
We were really hoping Powell got killed,
Powell is
but
gone.
he's unfortunately in prison.
Hope maybe Frank gets himself arrested or something to go in there and deal with him. Who knows? But yeah, that's basically all. So
pretty much it.
Move right on to the next final thing.
All right, moving on. We're gonna go to The Boys. We've got the episode 6.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Good.
Yeah.
Much happier with this one than
Finally.
the last 2. I think last episode was good, but it was also kind of fillery a little.
Finally, an episode that actually advances the plot.
Yeah, the plot is actually going forward.
2 episodes.
Yeah, there's some
just
pretty
end up in the same spot.
Decent action. There's some decent like character moments throughout here too, and yeah, the plot is really like starting to move here. And yeah, I see people talking about like, oh, how are they gonna wrap this up? I think with 2 hours left, they can definitely wrap this up. Yeah, there's not really much we can say about spoiling it. It's an it's definitely better than.
Yeah, it's better than the last 2, 100%. But
I don't know what to say about spoilers. Yeah, there's some solid action. It's good character moments.
Some funny.
There's one really funny thing. Yeah.
And then yeah, we'll just get straight into spoilers. Yeah. Jinx.
Shut the hell up. There you go.
That was rude. So this is your warning. We'll move in. Right off the bat, we have. Actually, not off the bat. It's like halfway through the episode. We have another death.
Yeah, so we'll start with that. So we see the end of Noir here, the new Noir
number 2.
Deep ends him, basically. So there's this whole oil thing that Vo is doing, and as revenge for what happened last episode, Noir destroys it and then kills 1.4 billion fish.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Even especially like he would have known that they're like sentient enough to talk to like the Deep as well.
Yeah.
So he basically just committed mass genocide.
Just to get
to
take the piss.
And then basically he admits that to the Deep, and then as much as I hate it, Deep kills him.
Yeah.
I'm really disappointed in this because especially in the last episode, we see like they're slightly like focusing more on him in the last episode. Like he has one of the many chapters, and we get to see him we get to see more about his character and who he is, just for him to be killed off in the next episode, where it doesn't lead to anything more than a bickering with the Deep.
Yeah, fair enough.
Which really disappoints me because I was kind of hoping more of the 7 would go against Homelander, and I was hoping he would be one of them. But now he's dead. So obviously more of the 7 might go against Homelander, but like people like the Deep, I think he'll stick with Homelander the whole way because he's just done so much. I don't see them redeeming him.
I agree. Yeah.
Also, before we move on, can we talk about how it's called the 7, but now there's only like 3 of them left?
It's been like that for a while, bro. It's been like that for a good while now.
Because obviously Firecracker, the last episode's gone. Noir, and then Sage also leaves. So who is there left really? It's literally just Deep, Homelander, and Soldier Boy.
Yeah.
So they really should just be called the 3.
The 3. That's tough. Yeah, so we see Sage kind of switch sides a little here, which was a long time coming. You could see this in season 2 of Gen V.
It was obvious she was trying to.
And yeah, she finally does here. And it's interesting.
Mm.
She goes to the boys' like compound and literally just switches sides completely. She offers to help them out because she even tells them their plan, like she wants to like be alone, whatever. But she agrees that they have a mutual kind of thing where they need to not kill, but just prevent Homelander from, I guess, kill him actually, but prevent him
Killing would
from
be
getting
preferable.
V1. And they failed to do that this episode. So Soldier Boy, so Bomb Sight, it's not really too important. I don't want to like dive into it too much, but they basically get the person that there's this woman Goldie, and she's dating Bomb Sight, or was dating Bomb Sight, and the V1 is for her to kind of make her immortal, and she doesn't want to use it.
Which opens up an interesting perspective, which honestly I didn't think about. Throughout the season, like every time, I honestly didn't think about the fact that if like Starlight and Kimiko take it, they will become immortal and have to live like watching their loved ones die, which I didn't even think of.
Really, I was thinking about that from the start.
Yeah, that didn't cross my mind till they talked about it in this episode.
So that's kind of like Goldie doesn't want to take it for that reason, and that kind of makes Kimiko and Frenchie think about it too, and then even Huey. Oh, no, Huey wasn't there. Yeah, Huey and Starlight are somewhere else.
Weren't with the group today.
Yeah, so they were busy. They took a day off. Now they're doing some other stuff. That's not too important. So
nothing really comes from
it.
So
yeah, Kimiko and Frenchie start to think about it, and they're saying that they don't even want to use it in the end. They're fine with just Butcher straight up destroying it. And so they lure Bomb Sight. Sage calls Soldier Boy because Soldier Boy earlier in this episode, Sage kind of leaks the video of Homelander and Stormfront getting freaky, and
after when she was like crippled in like season 1, season 3,
and Soldier Boy's really upset about it. They both kind of have this argument and are on opposite sides. So Sage thinks that by calling Soldier Boy in to fight Bomb Sight, they can get the V1. Instead, Soldier Boy fights.
He does fight Bomb Sight, and then he
ultimately gets the V1. He, instead of killing Bomb Sight, takes away Bomb Sight's powers so he can be with Goldie.
Which was interesting.
Before he can really give the V1 to Butcher and all, he instead decides to give it to Homelander.
Then we see take the virus at the end
which is what the episode ends. And Sage just doesn't see this coming at all.
Yeah, the smartest person in the world, once again.
That, I think, is an insane plot hole. Is like a crazy plot hole. You kind of like the smartest character.
She's always going on and on about how predictable people are. And I think that's the third time she's fucked up like that.
I just think it's silly to like, I think it's a bad like a writing thing to like have a character like that in the show, but they didn't, and now they deal with the consequences.
Exactly.
But that's basically it. That's the episode ends with him taking the V1, so we have no idea what's going to come from this. 2 episodes left, plenty of time to really wrap this up.
And yeah, obviously at the end of the episode, Butcher, Frenchie, Kimiko, Starlight, and Sage were watching as Homelander took the V, and they basically start to run. Yeah. So they're obviously going to be in a bit of danger. Someone might die.
Opens up,
who knows? I have no idea where they're going to go with this.
So you again have the same thing where it's like, I guess Homelander just learned how to like not hear anymore this season, because he again just doesn't hear them at all.
To be fair, this one, I know he is super hearing, but they were like 50 meters away, so it's a bit more.
I don't know. Like, he's heard like crazy things before.
Yeah, I guess, but like the way I think of it, like this is shitty writing, like especially in episode 4, because the sidetrack episode 4, even a normal person could hear a gunshot.
I feel like they weren't that far away.
They were below ground.
They were in a forest.
Are you talking about?
I'm talking about in this episode.
I was talking about episode 4.
I'm talking about. I thought you were talking about in this episode.
Like when they were shooting at like each other.
Yeah.
A normal person could hear a gunshot from that distance.
I feel like in this thing, someone with super hearing should be able to hear this. Like they were in a forest, like they could clearly see. Like they weren't that far away.
I think maybe the way
they were close enough to the point where me and Jack looked at each other and said, "Oh, why aren't they like going in and trying to like stop this?" Like they were that close. They could have been the Homelander in like 10 seconds to like try to stop him taking the V1, which they didn't. But yeah, they were pretty close. But anyway,
maybe the way it works is it's like he has to like tune.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I don't know, it's
again, it's just, we can have this conversation about every single. We'll never know how it works. It's just nitpicking.
There's no point complaining about it too much.
Yeah, it's basically. Is there anything else you want to
add? No, not really.
Yeah, that's it.
It's looking like there will be at least one death in the next episode.
Yeah, for sure. I think
I
they'll
hope
do
they
for
take a
you.
swing, honestly, and just kill a big character.
I want one of like the main boys to die.
Mm.
Next episode would be
As
great.
long as it's not Kimiko. If anyone deserves a happy ending, it's her, bro. She's so
She's
so
too sweet.
kind-hearted. Wow, I butchered that. Butcher.
You butchered that. Yeah.
She's so kind-hearted.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, that's basically it for me.
All right, and yeah, we'll move on from that.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna very briefly talk about the Devil Wears Prada 2 movie, which I saw with my mum 4 or 5 days ago. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so we're unfortunately not gonna be able to go into spoilers yet. I'm seeing it soon, so
It's fine. It's nothing special. It's extremely unnecessary. Like,
I heard it was quite great. I heard a lot of people like really liked it.
I didn't really like it that much because
Really?
like I guess like the whole thing of having like the main character come back after the ending of the first one, like obviously I can't say how, but it's different. Like she's doing like journalism stuff. That's not really a spoiler. So she's not actually like being an assistant or whatever, but like she's this is like 20 years later. She's built her life up outside of it, and then she's forced to go back in, and I don't know.
Typical legacy sequel.
Yeah, and I personally gave it a 6 out of 10.
Oh, that's not that bad. I thought you were gonna say worse than that. The way you were describing it.
It's
not bad at all.
a fine movie. Like I'll read what I wrote.
Yeah,
I should have find it. It's cool to see the characters come back, but like it's just a cash grab. Obviously,
I heard a lot of people really like that. Like you're like the only person I've heard that said that. To be honest,
yeah.
it's
The
interesting.
performances are good, but
Yeah,
like
I would imagine that. Yeah.
some of the character stuff that happens, personally, I think should have happened in the last one, like in the first movie. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say. I can't really say too much because I don't want to.
Yeah,
spoil
I'm gonna
the
see it
thing,
soon, and then
but
we'll have like a full.
yeah,
think
we'll
about
talk
it.
more
But,
about
yeah.
it. I'll talk
I'm
about
interested to see what I think
I'll
about it
speak
now because I've heard
yeah.
other people say like other things now you're saying that, so I
Yeah,
wonder
we'll
what I'll think about it.
Yeah,
We'll see.
but yeah, I think that's it. Do we have anything else to
No,
talk
that's
about?
all today. That's all for today. A
Yeah.
little bit shorter one because yeah, we're having. Well, this will come out what we're
Saturday,
filming this a
hopefully.
weird order, so probably like 2 to 3 days after
Yeah,
last episode. So a bit of a shorter one here.
yeah, exactly. We'll try to get it out ASAP though.
Yeah,
Um,
and yeah, so.
Thanks
Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. Follow the TikTok.
yeah,
The letterbox up on
follow
the
our letterbox,
screens.
please. We need more followers on that.
And yeah, that's all for
Yeah.
today.
All right, thanks, guys.